everybody, it's time for dinner. Tonight I've got something really fantastic. It's one of my favourite dishes and I'm so happy that I've got most of what I want to put in the recipe actually in the house at the moment, which brings me to this idea of shopping. Remember that shopping at the moment should be only for essential items, so I would hate to think that anyone is looking at any of my recipes and they think, oh well, I don't have that, I must rush off to the supermarket. I'm using what I've got in the house and I plan to do that for as long as I can. I hope you are doing the same. So tonight we're going to do kind of Parmesan crusted schnitzel chicken. Yum! I'm going to show you what I've got here. So let's take you on a little trip. So I've got some flour here, which I'm going to dust my chicken with for a start off, and I'm going to season that with plenty of salt and also some lemon zest in there, and I'll put some pepper in when I've got two hands to grind it. So I'm going to dredge it through there, then I'm going to put it through the egg that's just been whipped up on its own, and then I'm going to put it through this beautiful little pile, and this is breadcrumbs, parmesan, and I've picked a few little bits of thyme in here, and I've also got a little bit of chive in there. Here's my chicken, lovely. And all of that chicken is just one breast of chicken, and I've taken the tenderloin off the back of it, and then I've put it flat on a board, and then I've sliced it through this sort of round hump. I've taken that off, that's one piece, and then I've sliced the remaining into two. So we've kind of got three pieces. I think this could serve 3 people. I live alone, so I'll be having some for lunch tomorrow, as they say. I'm also going to recommend that you make a salad first if you're living alone, because otherwise you can cook this up and then, oh, I don't need the salad, I'll just eat the schnitzel. So I'm going to. I haven't done that myself, but I am going to make a coleslaw tonight, and that's going to go, because I've got all that cabbage, as we all have, and that's going to go beautifully with my chicken. You can call this also cotoletta if you want to sound a little bit snazzy. So one of my favourite restaurants, Ortolana in Auckland, they do a beautiful chicken cotoletta, and every time I go to Ortolana, I go, I'm not going to have the cotoletta, I'm going to break out, do something new. I never do, I always have the cotoletta. It's just so delicious. You can use chicken thighs for this recipe as well, but I've got chicken breast today because that's what was in the good old freezer. So here we go. Now whenever you're doing this, it's good to keep one hand sort of that is doing the carrying from one bowl to the other, and the other one relatively clean in case the phone goes, in case you have to move the camera, all that kind of stuff. So let's get into it and I'll see what I can do. So I'll see if you can see what I'm doing. So a little dredge through here. Remember, that's really well seasoned flour, so that's good. And then through the egg. Okay, through the egg, there we go, I bet that's probably better. And then through this lovely crumb, pile those crumbs on top because we want it all really beautifully done. And then I'm going to just set this one aside over here on my flour plate, and I'm going to do the rest of them, as well as heating up some oil in my pan. So I'm going to do that now as well with my kind of one clean hand. Obviously we're dealing with chicken, so it's always good to make sure that you are being extra super safe. I've put lots of oil in my pan. I think people try and get away with too little. For goodness creeps, we are making schnitzel and it's fried, so for goodness sake, make sure that you use enough oil in the pan. Let me get on with the rest of these. If it's hot enough, then the chicken crumb, it won't absorb lots of the oil. You should have almost most of the oil left back in the pan at the end of it. So don't be worrying about this. And anyway, who cares about all this fried food that we're going to eat tonight, eh? We need a bit of comfort food on days like today. Beautiful day outside, but it's probably not like that all over the world. So this will make it a beautiful day all over the world. All right, done 2 pieces just to keep you up with the players. I can't, move the camera and do this. Dredging it through that seasoned flour, and I think that's really important to season that flour, because bear in mind that that's the surface, that's the ingredient that sits next door to the chicken, sits on the surface of the chicken. So you want it to be well seasoned. So give a good sprinkle of salt in there, and then a good grind of black pepper. And if you've got the lemon, perfect, because it just gives it that extra beautiful flavour, as does the parmesan in the crumbs. It goes golden and kind of caramelizes in the pan. This is my hope, this is my promise to you actually. All right, in she goes. That's just about all of those done. So I want you to know that when I'm cooking for these videos, I'm cooking from my home, which is by the sea in New Zealand, and I live alone. So, well, I don't actually. I have a cat, beautiful cat. You might have seen Joshy. But I live alone, so I'm sometimes cooking for less. You can double all of these recipes. That's just going to be absolutely fine. And so in my bubble at the moment is just me, which means, I don't know what it means, but sometimes I'm touching my face when I'm doing these videos, and then I'm into the food, and at the moment all of that feels so insensitive because we've all been sensitized to, oh my God. I mean, I'm reading a book at the moment. It's this lovely little romance. I think it's all going to work out well. Bloody well hope so in this environment. Anyway, and you know, he reaches for her hand, and I'm sort of reading it going, oh God, is he in her bubble? So I've become really sensitive to it already, even watching TV, particularly because I think I am the only human in my, you know, my confines. And so there's not hugging going on. There's not, you know, patting and reassuring, things like that. There's no physical touching between me and other humans at the moment. So it's kind of weird. All right, let's take over to the pan, which is now smoking, as we can see. In fact, smoking quite a lot. So I'm just going to turn it down. And then we're just going to throw that in. And that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see that as soon as it hits the pan, it really does start to bubble up. That's what we're after. Don't crowd the pan. I mean, I've got two other little pieces. Oh, could I sneak them in? No, because what will happen is you'll then start to steam the food. And the last thing we want to do is steam this. We want it fried, we want it crispy, all that kind of thing. So I'm pumping up the volume again. And because it's super, super thin, this just doesn't take any time at all to cook. I mean, I'm probably going to do, when it's golden brown on one side, it's ready to flip, and that's probably going to be, say, 2 minutes away, and then we're good to go. Yeah, see, look at this one. So good to go. See that? I don't know if I've taken you upside down or what I've done. Well, maybe I have. There you go. It's got a weird little shape, that one going on. This one probably needs, oh no, see, that's all right. It's getting a little bit more cooked in the middle. So that's the colour I'm after. I'm going to get that on the second side, and then that's going to be done, and I'm going to serve. Whoa! I'm going to serve. Oh God! You've no idea how hard this is. You know, I see these other fancy people on the videos at the moment. They've got husbands or wives or children to hold the camera for them. It's just you and me here. Just me and you. But that's quite good too, because then no one can tell me what to do, and well, you can online. That's fine. Anyway, so chicken schnitzel, super easy. You could also do it with beef if you've got beef schnitzel, but this is a good way to kind of stretch the chicken. If you haven't got a lot of chicken, two chicken breasts are going to go around, family of 4, no problem at all, I reckon, complete with a bit of a salad. Maybe some taties if you want them. No, you know, there's no reason why you can't have some nice little fried potatoes with this. It'd be gorgeous. I'm going to serve it with a beautiful wedge of lemon because, lemon, good shower of salt on there. It's going to be delicious. I'll also take a shot, as I've been doing, to sort of plate it up at the end so you can sort of see what it kind of looks like. But there you go. Chicken, should we just call it the fancy name? Chicken cotoletta, baby. Enjoy it. See ya.